It's Brownbird here with another video. Please remember to like and subscribe. Thank you. So before I begin, uh, you know, I was going to make a couple of videos around Valentine's Day to teach a couple of history lessons and to give my perspective on different things that I saw. That's mainly what it was supposed to be about. But I haven't had the chance to go around it. So this week I'm going to try my best to put out some videos that's related to just intimacy and relationships. I don't celebrate Valentine's Day, but I will say that just because I want to pitch my ideas to people and to have a conversation, I have no problem making some videos that's related to intimacy and relationships. Moving on. So today's video and the title of this video is going to be called Alternative Trans Route. And the reason why I make this video is because so many times I see a lot of brothers or I see a lot of men get themselves into a lot of scandals with transgenders, or you'll have men who engage in sexual intercourse or some type of intimacy with a gay man. And this is where this society starts to become very open to the idea of alternative relationships and, scaring off the course, not being the typical man who dates a woman and all these different things. Now it's supposed to be projected and remixed and all these different things. Now, this is my opinion. You are who you are at the end of the day. I don't make the comparison, and I don't try to change course. What you are since the day you was born is who you are. And I only say this to protect this YouTube channel and protect myself from what is it that I'm saying. I don't make these videos as a way to say I am a transphobe or I am a homophobe. That's not what these videos is about. It's about giving information. Now, people may disagree with my opinions on things, and that's absolutely 100% fine. You have all extent to disagree with what I'm saying. You have all extents to not like what I'm saying. That's fine. That is the theory of opinion. But getting into this, there's so many ways that I can break this down where I could hold the transgenders in question responsible for their actions, as well as holding the participants with those transgenders and gays in question. I will hold them accountable as well. So I have 3 clips that I'm going to go over. Also, a recent scandal that happened a couple of days ago or last week, where I'm going to give my opinion on it as well. So let's get to it. So this is the video I'm not going to go over. I'm going to go over to I'm going to go over to the article first. So yeah, I got to go all the way to the top, y'all. So in recent news, about 11 or 14 days ago, there was this basketball player, Ben Simmons, who is on the Philadelphia Sixers, who came into hot water for changing of a text between him and a transgender woman. As you can see right here, this is Ben Simmons on the right. This is a transgender on the left. And so I'm going to read the whole entire article, most of it, and give my perspective as it goes along. Now, it says in the title, shout outs to Awesome Side Action. Transgender IG model addresses claims she's clout chasing on the alleged Ben Simmons scandal. It came out February 5th. NBA star Ben Simmons and transgender Instagram model Imani have found themselves in a bit of a scandal. Everything unfolded earlier in the week, where Imani took to her Instagram to expose an alleged relationship she had with the Philadelphia Sixers superstar. It says right here in the Instagram, I love how they use certain pictures to denote, to make it related to the topic, because this picture right here, it makes perfect sense for how they try to do this article. You're like, what? Ben Simmons being linked to a transgender model. Okay. It says here, after the internet first caught wind of the allegations, everyone accused Imani of clout chasing. Coincidentally, Instagram removed her account shortly thereafter. Now she's taken to her new Instagram account to address those claims. See below. And this, I guess, what I would assume is the new account. I'm assuming. Now it says it right here. You know, some of these posts, these captions, right? It says clout chasing. Bro, y'all do realize theses, theses, men are normal people, right? I also have his nudes that he sent me. He also told me a lot of shit that you mother would never believe. So STFU, right? So the internet had a feel with this one. Now this is a bunch of tweets that come out from Matt. Ben Simmons did what? Transgender IG model claims Ben Simmons flew her out and shared her with 5 of his roommates. Yeah, this got to be fake. Wait. And this is where the whole entire thing is going to be blown out of proportion. Now, if you see it right here, it says 5 guys. And later on, it's going to explain that because there was probably a mixed connection on that. So then there's the caption, biggest cap I've ever seen in my life. Now, oh my God, why TF would he put his own name on it? Okay. Ben had Tinashe stalking him and he bagged Kendall Jenner. You really expect me to believe this? You know, that's how it is. Man, I'm not going to make a statement until I know all the details, but we all know how easy it is to fake this image, right? 5 guys, it says in his caption, or I guess the evidence that Amani wants to use against Ben Simmons. It says 5 guys, and I'm going to let you know. When your throat's so good, and this right here is talking about the throat, so good that he got to tell his teammates. Yeah, you're going to take it out of proportion. And now this is what I'm getting into when they was talking about 5 guys. They say, what if he meant 5 guys as in the burger place? And I'm like, that makes perfect sense, right? She just asked him, where you trying to eat? He said, but he was unsure. A lot of this stuff is really getting crazy. Dwight, when Ben Simmons told him to pull up. That's funny. This is what made Dwight Howard sign here. Honestly, who gives a fuck? The only reason this has any traction is because the girl is trans. If he is into that, who cares? My guy's still an all-star. People need to mind their own business. So this is the last one. So far, Ben hasn't commented on the allegations, which is probably a good move. Let this one blow over. Eventually, another story will supplant this one. Check out the comments on our latest post. And I will commend Ben Simmons for not saying anything, to being nonchalant and just being respectful and just being like, whatever, it is what it is. This is the transgender right here, Amani in the city. And this is what I found weird about these transgenders that get all these surgeries. They plump up stuff about them where they try to be all feminine, but at the same time, look at the nose and look at the lips. Why is the lips so goddamn big? I don't understand why they do stuff like that, man. And then in the last one, they say throat baby. And this is the reason partly why I don't feel sorry for these transgenders, because a good amount of them are getting into sexual relationships with these men, knowing that these men don't take them seriously, and will get all upset when a man decides to say, hey, listen, I don't want to have no relations with you no more. I want to move on. And, you know, of course, you will have certain times where the transgender is right by sitting up there saying certain men are tranny chasers and they fetishize over tranny women. But it's a slippery slope. And we want to make sure that we get the facts and the evidence clear. So in this clip right here, this is a trans man. Not this one. This is a woman. This is where Apple Watts, who is a cast of the show Love and Hip Hop, is going to talk about how she was surprised that she found out her relationship was with a trans man and not an actual biological man. And before I begin, my whole stilo about people who's on Love and Hip Hop, I believe they're losers. They take the high route. They take the low route of getting into these shows because they want to get into the industry. They want to make sure that they're revered as someone who's taken seriously when it comes to music. But all they do is argue and talk all the shit on these shows and get a paycheck for talking shit. And I think it's not even being a responsibility on the people who produce the show, right? I don't think it's a responsibility on the higher uppers and the elite, because the elite is doing what they're doing. They enjoy so-called Black people and so-called Latinos make them fooling themselves on television, and then getting executive producers like Mona Scott Young to take the cake and think this is a good marketing strategy for Black entertainment and say this is what Black people need, which is all bullshit. And I believe a lot of these love and hip hop stars, if not all of them, are ratchet. And I don't give a damn what nationality they are. If they place themselves on love and hip hop, I believe all of them are ratchet. All of them are ratchet. So I'm gonna let this video play, and I'm gonna give my perspective on it as it plays or after it plays. And what I'm also going to do, again, before I start, fair use. What I'm going to do before this video plays, I'm also going to give you guys the clips the references where I got these clips from, so that you guys can view it for yourself and take notes on what the person is saying. Can't play the full thing, all right? Peep.
No, hate in my heart. And I don't want no bad karma to me, because 2021 been so good. My eyes is puffy because I've been crying. Yeah, I'm hurt because I don't let people in. I be fucked over by niggas so many times. And then when I thought it was a nigga, it really was a bitch. And then I allowed that shit. Even by one of my kids. He was even talking about marriage and shit. That's all dumb. So let me tell you. Either way, my heart got broken. I'm used to that. Ain't no nigga in their life, period. I done cried, sucked it up. But God is not going to allow hate in my heart. So he can say what he want to say, or she could say about me. But everybody done talked about me. It don't even move me. But God bless you. Get your life.
Man, get up out of here with that, man. And let me say something to that. This I know this is bad for me to say, but you know, usually a lot of the times what I see with a lot of North American Negro women, aka African American women or women of the Afro diaspora in America, what they usually do is they'll have the same talking points about they've been saved by Jesus, they've been saved by God, using the Christian narrative in order to support their decision on being single or trying to find themselves and all these different things, which I'm not going to mock, because in certain instances, I am coming from a spiritual standpoint. So the stuff that I believe is what they might believe as well. The difference is that, you know, they get sick and tired of dealing with the same old men. They make these poor decisions. They wind up getting pregnant by these poor ass men. And then they got the nerve to sit up there and talk about men ain't shit. No, it's the poor ass decisions you make that ain't shit. And my last point on that is that what you'll find with these North American Negro women is that they'll get with the lowest top tier of men, or they'll move on and think they're doing something by getting with a lesbian or getting with a transgender person in order to fulfill their happiness with a relationship. And therefore, it adds on to their claims that men ain't shit. So they rather deal with a lesbian who's emulating a man instead of getting with a man or getting with a man who is of different value. That's what usually happens with these North American Negro women. And more specifically, it may happen with other women as well of any nationality. But of course, I have an understanding from the standpoint where I am as a North American Negro man. I usually see this as a stereotype with North American Negro women, which is completely funny. But let me say something. I hold, in this situation, I hold the trans man responsible. I do not hold Apple Watts responsible for this situation. I hold the trans man responsible for keeping the secret from this woman that they are a trans man. I hold them completely responsible. It's wrong. And of course, I understand that this woman is going to cry and she's going to act with emotion. She is not going to use physical violence against that trans man. Now, on the flip side, right in this video, this is a video of a transgender woman who is going to finally admit to a man that they are a transgender woman after a year of dating. And the fact of the matter that this person gets mad because 4 days goes by and they start to pick up on the idea that that person is ghosting them. And therefore, in order to fuck up the vibes and mess up the whole rhythm and all these different things, they're going to go ahead and air them out. And more specifically, because the brother has a baby mama. And so, you know, they were seen online kissing and making out on an Instagram, I presume. And the transgender woman in this one didn't like that. So they took into account and they said, oh, so you cheating, this, that, and the third. And the brother, I don't understand why certain brothers get into these situations, man. Looking at this person in the face, I could tell this is a transgender woman, man. We done seen it on Jerry Springer so many times. and they don't say, oh, I didn't know, bro. Like, and it's like, what do you mean? Especially on Jerry Springer, I definitely don't understand why these brothers don't understand why that's not a transgender woman. But I'm gonna let this video play and then I'll do my commentary.
Hey everybody, this is the one and only Zara B. And of course, you know, if your girlfriend can't bring it like this, it isn't set up like this, I'm one of the girls you don't want to come for.
That's that Atlanta shit.
I just got out of the shower. I literally been in the house all day. So I'm getting ready to call.
You was in the house all day, in the shower, crying, probably more than likely, and getting mad and upset, punching the wall, and listening to Mary J. Blige, and didn't sit in there saying your head niggas ain't shit. I get it.
This boy who I've been talking to for the last past year. And we haven't talked in the last past 4 days. And
4 days, mind you.
I just found out that he had a baby mama, and you know, he's been keeping that secret from me and all of that. So on my so I'm gonna get ready and call his phone right now on live and tell him that I'm transgender. Since he wanna play on my time, honey, let's have fun, boo. So I'm getting ready to call this boy right now and tell him that I'm getting ready to tell him that I'm transgender. So he'll be.
You need to take the smile off your face, man. What the hell is wrong with this, man?
So y'all, I need y'all to, are y'all ready for the tea? Okay.
That's how you know it's really some Atlanta shit. They out here saying tea, man.
Call him now. Y'all ready? Okay. Perfect. Call him now. Hey.
What's good, bro?
Nothing. I just been cooling and chilling. I know that I haven't, you know, talked to you in a minute or whatever. It's been 4 days. What have you been doing?
Shit, I've been putting in work, man.
Oh, okay. Well, you know, since we haven't talked in the past few days, I'm gonna just keep it real with you. And I'm not putting my face in the camera because I'm just, you know, I'm doing laundry and stuff right now.
Lying like a motherfucker. And my thing about it is because as soon as this person admits that they're transgender, he's gonna look and be like, you see, I knew this was a man. I knew this was a man. I knew I wasn't bugging. It's a deceptive tactic.
So I haven't talked to you in 4 days, and I went on your page, and you never told me that you had a baby mama and you had kids, but yet you kissing her on your page, but you say you like me, and when we meet, you hug me and all that. So what is that about?
Man, what the fuck you mean, bro? I ain't gotta tell you shit.
Wait, excuse me, what you mean?
What he say? He don't have to tell you shit. And this is the problem with a lot of these transgender women or these side chicks. They don't recognize that their role towards this type of man, you're a hoe. So no man wants to really take you seriously when it comes to a relationship because you're a hoe. To him, you don't have no valuable system. If that's his baby mama, he's still living with his baby mama. He's just using you as a side chick. You are not valuable to him. He does not view you as a potential partner. He values you as his play toy. He values you as someone he wants to fuck from time to time. And this doesn't just go for transgender women. This also goes for side chicks who get all wrapped and get all mad. And then also the gay man I'm going to mention in the next video who was getting all mad because he found out the man was cheating on him. His girlfriend had a girlfriend and was cheating with him.
What you mean you don't have to tell? What you mean that you don't have to tell me anything? That's not fair to me as a person. That's not telling me that. Like, what are you talking about? That's rude as fuck.
Man, you got me fucked up.
But anyway, okay, and so I just wanted to tell you something as well. Is that so I have like a little cute little secret to tell you, and that I was born transgender.
Whoa, 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 what the fuck? What?
How about that?
What the fuck you mean?
I was born transgender, honey. Whoa. I was born trans. So since you got secrets, I have secrets too, honey. I'm transgender, honey. Exactly. Exactly. So you thought you was playing on my time? You could never play on my time, baby.
And let me end it off with that video. And this is the reason why the conversation about these transgender women getting murdered, you know, you got to take certain perspectives into play. I am not justifying that transgender women should be murdered. For people who don't listen, I'm not rectifying they should be murdered. What I'm saying is, when you do stuff like this, especially being irresponsible with withholding a secret from a man like this, you have to be subjected into the idea that certain men will be emotional enough in order to play out wanting to murder you. Okay? I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's right. But what I will say is, you cannot be surprised if a man wants to engage in physical violence based off the fact of the matter you lied to him about who you are as a person. And that's the problem with a lot of these transgender women. And I know the brother is probably just harmless. He didn't know and all these different things. Again, I don't understand why he didn't know, because looking in the face of this dude, I could tell that's a transgender woman. There's no way around it. I could tell. But the thing about it is, they'll bring up all these stats and all these statistics and say that it's wrong. And, you know, they saying that there needs to be more care for transgender women because on average they commit suicide at an early age and all these different things. And I'm not saying that that's right. I believe all God's children, the Most High's children, has a place to live on this earth. Now, this is a thing. When you deal with either the left side or you deal with the right side, that's what you deal with. There's certain people who fall into the liberalism and the ideology of liberalism, and that's where they stand. They want to stay there. They want to think it's okay to say, hey, we can engage in everything because this is what's right in my soul. This is what's right in my spirit. There's people that might be on the right side that say, hey, this is not okay. I don't respect what you do, but you do deserve to have a life here. Okay. But what you're doing is wrong. Okay. And my thing about it is that there needs to be an agreement between those people. Do I believe that transgender people in general should disclose their information to someone they're dealing with when it comes to intimacy and relationships? Absolutely. Absolutely. That is a responsibility on their behalf, because people may feel uncomfortable with dealing with someone who is a transgender, and they have every right to feel that way. Every right to feel that way. There's no way getting around that. Okay. So this last clip right here, this is a actual gay man who decided to take to TikTok in order to expose a guy. Well, it says it right here in the title. Gay dude exposed a guy that cheats on his girlfriend with him. I'm not going to play the first 20 seconds of this clip because it is him twerking. I don't want to be seeing another man twerk. That is not my interest at all. It's not something I like to look at. I like to look at women. So I don't want to see that for myself. So anyway, I'm going to let the video play, and I'm going to give my lesson and my commentary, and we're going to break this down and be out. So peep.
Get the comment for me. 411 caramel skin shit, they come with the ease. I ain't gotta say much, she need to work on her speech. Even her swag need a tweak. She got the jack in my steez. Chorus purpose was to piss her off my mission. Can I have a piece of your love? Tell your bitch I like you. Fuck she gon' do? Can I have a piece of your love? Tell your bitch I like you. Fuck she gon' do when she see me with you. TBH, he was an MC.
And that's the end of the clip, man. I just give this perspective in order for people to understand it's about accountability. This is what this whole entire channel is about. Who do I blame in this situation? I blame the dude that was on the DL, because he could have sat there and kept it real with dude and sat there and say, hey, look, listen, I just want to smash from time to time. You know, I still got a girl, but look, just respect mine. You understand what I'm saying? And a gay dude had no reason to expose him. That's why I don't let these transgenders and these gay people off the hook. You know why I don't let them off the hook? Because of the fact of the matter, why can't you take your L? If you guys never agreed to a relationship, what reason do you have to air out a person just because they had sex with you or had some type of relations? Now, they actually said to you one-on-one and quote for quote and verbatim that they was in a relationship with you, then you have more honest to sit up there and say something about it. Have a private conversation with them. No, don't take it to social media and sit up there and ruin that man's reputation, all because you got in your feelings and because you got mad and you was in your bag because a man decided he wants to move on from you. Take your L. If they ghosted you, it is what it is. Move on. You was always a side chick. You was always a side dude, and you're mad because you got dealt with that action. Listen, people out in this world are gonna do what they're gonna do unless they establish a relationship with you. It is what it is. Men are going to operate from the standard of doing what they want. That's what they're all about. So why do we get mad on these situations where transgenders and all these gays will sit up there and say, "Oh, you wrong for doing that"? And I mean, believe me, so there are certain side chicks out there, biological women, that will sit up there and air a man out on social media because of his choice to to go ahead and cheat on her, cheat with her from another woman. That does happen, but I'm saying it's more heinous because there's something that goes into it. When a transgender and a gay person decides to air a man out for sitting up there having sex with them, it's all the notion of sitting up there calling them gay. That's all it is. And the reason why I've never understood it with transgender women, because the fact of the matter, they will call a man gay, but at the same time, if he's gay, what does that make you? Since you're claiming you're not a gay person, that you're just a transgender person, makes no sense. And a gay person, I mean, yeah, they'll just say, well, he's gay, he's gay. I don't care, he's gay. But they get mad because people are exposing him foul and, you know, create all these stereotypes or go over these stereotypes or call him pejoratives because he's gay. You know, you gotta take the heat, man. And this is why I hold accountability on both sides of the angle. I analyze it and I break it down to a science. And my last point is this: to people like Ben Simmons, who is a public figure, it doesn't surprise me. What I do believe is a shaming ritual that happens with a lot of these public figures. It happened with people like Eddie Murphy, LL Cool J, a couple of other people out there that was in the limelight and all these different things for having alleged sex with transgenders. You know, certain things like people who just gave into the whole thing back in the time a couple of years ago with someone like Malik Yoba. And you know, my thing about it is that when it comes to serious situations like that of intimacy, when it comes to being a public figure, you must allow that partner to sign an NDA. That means you must protect your name, protect your image, protect your portfolio at all costs. At all costs. It doesn't matter if they're cute, they're pretty, if they're just agreeing with sucking on your phallus and all these different things. You must protect yourself as a public figure. Let them sign that NDA. If they decide to go ahead with them actions, you have legal actions against them. And that's all I'm going to say. And my thing about it is, of course, they're going to have more of these socialites that come in, someone like Sydney Starr and all these different things out there that allow themselves to sit up there and get in all these situations, but they act from a sexual standpoint. So this is the reason I don't feel bad for half these transgenders out there when they decide to sit up there and put people's names out in the open. You decided to sit up there and engage with a man physically and from a sexual standpoint, and then get mad because your time ran out with the sexual value you had and he decided to move on to the next person. Nah, I don't feel sorry for you. And I don't, and my thing to it about transgender women getting murdered out here, I'm not saying that it's rectified, and I'm not saying that it's justified. I'm saying in certain cases, they have to be held accountable for certain actions that they make. If you do not reveal that you are a transgendered to a person, they will feel some type of way about it, and to the extreme, they might want to murder you, which isn't right. But at the same time, they are allowed to feel some type of aggression and frustration from something you withheld from them, okay? So people could take it as homophobia, transphobia, as much as you like. It's about accountability. This is a truth channel. This is all about accountability and truth. So otherwise than that, in closing, protect yourselves at all time, fellas. But I believe if you do engage in these type of actions, you are indeed a homosexual. Don't try to expose it and all these different things. Just because in your psyche you believe it's just a feminine thing and you're attracted to the feminine, it spares you from the grayscale era you create in your psyche. I believe you're still a homosexual. Otherwise than that, stay tuned for more of my videos. Like and subscribe. Peace.